All right. Good morning, everybody. We're still in our pre-broadcast mode here, but I see the comments starting to come in. Thank you for that. Thought I'd just hop on and start saying hello face to face. Well, face to screen. My face to, you know what I mean. Let's see. Avery asking, can we do a Kahoot, please? Avery, I'm going to answer your question, but first I'm going to ask you a question in response. Why do you ask that? Did you do a Kahoot in a different live session? Are you just hoping that we can do a Kahoot, or do you know something already? So I'll answer your question as soon as you answer my question. Hi, Jillian. Hello, Eric. Arlo. Hello, Mr. Salerno. How's your day going? Mine's been going well so far. Good, Arlo. Glad to hear you're having a good day today. I'm also having a good day today. Had a little bit of a panic before we started. My computer decided to install new software about, 20 minutes ago. It said it was going to take 40 minutes to install. I'll tell you a little story about that later. But right now I'm doing pretty good. Hi, Sushant. Hey, Andrew. Caleb, good morning. Good morning, Ellie. Morning, Nandita. Morning, Smeet. Good morning, Mrs. Dowd. How you doing? Mrs. Dowd is joining us today. Mrs. Dowd asked if I lost electricity yesterday. I had a couple flickers. Mrs. Salerno and I had our electricity flicker a couple times, but it never officially went out for more than a second or two. How about you guys? Did anybody lose power yesterday? Maybe during one of your class meetings? I know a lot of people were losing power yesterday. Adishri, good morning. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Devansh. Good morning, Neil. Sean, good to see you today. I'm doing pretty good, Devansh. Hello, Danny. Sumer, good morning. Taylor, good morning. Enrique, good to see you. We're up at about 31 people. Not about, we're exactly 31 people. 31 is not an about number, it's an exact number. 33, we got to 33 since I started rambling. We're at 33 people in the live session now. I went back and counted from last week. We actually got up to 190 people watching last week. I would love to get to 200 today. See if we can get to that next hundreds range. Juliana, good morning. Good to see you. Not a lot of people losing power. Good. Miss you guys too, Jillian. Hi, Sydney. Lights flickered. Yep, a lot of people had that going on yesterday, I'm sure. Good morning, Cece. A lot of flickers. Morning, Brooke. I did not lose power yesterday, fortunately. A couple flickers. A lot of flickers. Flickers is a very popular word this morning. Riley had some flickers at home. Morning, Zoe. Do I like muffins? Yes, I like muffins very much, especially the muffins that have like that streusel crumble topping. Top notch. Lights kept going out. Yep, a lot of people have that. Morning, Jacqueline. Morning, Caitlin. Morning, Anya. Good to see you. Flickers, flickers. Yes, Caleb. Mr. Salerno, question mark. Yes, I am. Morning, Izzy. Nandita lost some power yesterday. Doing pretty good, Sushant. Thanks for asking. No flickers, only had fun puddle jumping. That's a good alternative to getting flickers from flickers in the home. Let's see, where are we at here? We're at 11:27, so we'll officially go live in about 3 minutes. Good morning, Siri. Whoops, I can't say your name. Quiet. When I greet you, my phone thinks I'm talking to her. Morning, Shay. Morning, Jonathan. What are flickers? Flickers are when you see the lights quickly go on and off, or when your TV shuts off for a quick minute but then starts right back up again. So it's not when you completely lose power and you don't have any electricity for a few minutes or even for a few hours. A flicker is just when it goes off and then comes right back on again. So that's what it seems like a lot of us had going on yesterday. Morning, Ronnie. Morning, Will. Juliana's throwing a book party. That's how I'm going to put those two emojis together. Did I see what, Jonathan? Morning, Paula. Morning, Anna. Michelle. Morning, Ella. You know, I can't raise my eyebrow. Delilah lost some power. Oh, wow, you had a big power outage there, Delilah. Almost 12 hours. Andrew, good morning. Eric asking if we do a Kahoot, then what device will I use? So I'll tell you now, just to give you a bit of a preview. There's a Kahoot activity that we're not going to do live for that very reason. I would love to do a live Kahoot, but that means you either need to do some split screen, which doesn't always work, or at least it doesn't work very well from my experience, or you need to have 2 devices. So if we did something like Kahoot, I'd want to make sure everybody could participate. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but we're not going to do any live Kahoots today. All right, good morning, Silas. Morning, Akshara. Oh, I wasn't able to cook yesterday. Ooh, I'd have trouble with that, Akshara. Good morning, Abizer. Flickers are a type of woodpecker. I did not know that. I know about the downy woodpecker. We get some of those in our backyard. Flickers, flickers, flickers. Morning, Rylan. All right, I'm going to scroll down. We're just at about 11:30. So I'm going to get my full screen ready to go. Scroll down here, look at a few more, see a few more hellos. Good morning, Adwita. My favorite food, Shay, is pizza, 100%. Good morning, Dhruva. Good morning, Chithora. Good morning, Soki. Good morning, Prince. Good morning, Will. Sydney likes Peppa Pig. Good to know. I don't think you're alone there. Let's see, library. I lost power. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Thomas. We're getting to that point where I can't keep up with the comments. Good morning, Farida. Good morning, Tanvi. Good morning, Jack. All right, I'll try to catch up on more of those hellos later, but it is 11:31. I'm starting 1 minute late. You know I don't like to do that. Good morning, everybody. Good to see 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders here today. Well, it's good to see your names pop up in the comments since I can't officially see you. We're at about 112 people viewing right now. That's a good number to start with. We got up to about 140 on Wednesday with kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade. I was saying before we started that I went back and I checked our numbers from last week, and we actually got up to 190 with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I want to see which grade level is going to be the first to crack 200. You guys are closer. Let's see. What do we have on the agenda for today? First, our rules and expectations, which I need to bring up in a different screen. There we go. Just to review from last week, number 1, most important is be kind. Be kind with the comments that you send. Be kind to the comments that I publish when you can eventually see them. Remember, this is a way for you and I to connect, so let's make sure we have some fun while keeping our most important rule of kindness in the front of our minds. Also, keep in mind there's other people at your house, siblings who may be doing some work, parents who are trying to do some kind of work one way or another. Even though we're not in the library right now, kindness applies at home too. Be patient. All right, I've got a good patience story for you. At about 11:10, I had technical difficulties. My computer decided to install some new software, restart itself, and it said it will be ready in about 40 minutes. That was 20 minutes ago. So if we do some mental math, that means I would have been about 10 minutes late starting our live session. So right now I'm on my Mac that I use at school, but I also have my teacher Surface Pro over here. I was starting to get that ready to use. I've got my iPad over here. I was getting that ready to use. I had a bunch of different backup plans, and then my computer came back on. So I'm not going to lie, I panicked a little bit trying to get everything ready to go on different devices. But it's just another example of how when you're working with technology, you can expect at some point something is not going to go the way you plan to. Did I panic? Okay, I panicked a little bit. But after I panicked a little bit, I was able to get some other things ready. And luckily, it worked out that my computer restarted in time. So be patient. Stuff's going to happen. If I can fix it, I'll fix it. If not, we'll do the best we can. Perfect example of what I just talked about earlier. I can't respond to all comments, not because I'm ignoring you, because there's so many of them coming in, I can't keep up with all of them. But I do go back and review all of the comments that come in after the live session is over. All right, so I do make sure I see all your hellos, all your questions, incorporate that as I need to for next week. Keep in mind, there's a 10 to 20 second delay as well. Everything you are hearing right now, I said 10 to 20 seconds ago. So that means when you type a comment to me, you're typing it 20 seconds after I said it. So if I'm not responding to you right away, that's again because there's that 10 to 20 second delay. So just keep that in mind. All right, our agenda for today. We are going to look at some of your Scranimals from last week, which is going to lead us into our Seesaw preview. The new Seesaw activity posted this morning at about 7 o'clock, part 2 of Scranimals. We'll talk about how to complete that. Then we'll go into our Dewey number of the day, which is going to take us into something that I'm really excited for, May Book Madness. And finally, we will end with another live Mad Lib because that was really popular last week and it went really well. Last note there, I didn't think about this last week. Obviously, if you want to copy down the live Mad Lib or anything else, you get a paper and pencil, you can copy that down. I'll give you time for that later. Or, since you're all on devices watching this, you can take a screenshot. Now, every device is a little different when it comes to taking a screenshot. I'm not going to go over all of them, but if you have an iPad, find the power button on the top, press that down at the same time that you press the home button, and that will take a picture of whatever's on your screen. That's a screenshot. So that's probably an easier way to keep record of anything that we do on our live session. I'm going to give you a chance to try that out now. Anytime you see that yellow camera on the screen, that means this is an opportunity for you to take a screenshot. It's something you might want a screenshot of. Like I said earlier, I do go back and read all of your comments after the live session ends. And I was reading some of your suggestions for the Mad Lib last week. Some of them were so good, I couldn't resist creating another one. So here's a bonus Mad Lib from last week. This is not going to be a live one. This is using the comments that you already gave me at last week's live session. You can take a screenshot of this one if you want to. Here we go. Roses are gold. Violets are mellow. Anchovies are sweet. And so is Gordon Ramsay. The Gordon Ramsay line, I think, is what really inspired me to write this new Mad Lib. Well, I guess you guys wrote it. I just typed it up on the screen. So I'll give you a few seconds there to take a screenshot if you want to take a screenshot of that Mad Lib. Good morning, Ariane. Good morning, Shay. How many books have I read while in quarantine? I have not been reading nearly as much as I usually do. Maybe 2 or 3. I'm starting to pick up do more reading lately this week, though. Morning, Sadie. Neil jumping over his laundry basket. That sounds exciting. Good morning, Ava. Good morning, Lucas. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Amelia. Rohan, Sophia. Good morning. Ooh, Ariane asked me Joe Burrow or Tua Tagovailoa. I got to go with Joe Burrow. I know he's a 1 year, and I know his stats are from 1 year, but Tua's got some injuries to him. I'm going Joe Burrow. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning, Ivania. Good morning, Good Show Sheeta. Good morning, Veronica. Amelia asked me, do I like chickens? I do. I do like chickens. All right, let's move on. Let's check out some of the Scranimals that you guys came up with last week. A lot of good options here to choose from. If you don't see yours, don't take it personally. There's only so much time and so much space on the screen. We got a narwhal lion from Brooke, a slothus from Sophie. Taylor gave us an orcake, combination of an orca and a cake. Aardvark had a good sound to it. That's from Neil. Turtle and a pretzel from Jyoti. Crocodile lemon from Sumit. Catacado, it's a fun one to say. Anya gave us that one. Jake gave us a squishy. I don't remember what that was. Is that a squid and a fishy? I'm sorry, I don't remember. Don't worry, I'm not done yet. Sonia gave us rabbit tots. Rabbits and tater tots. I would eat rabbit tots. If they were a thing, I would totally eat a rabbit tot. A burrito. Thought that was a fun play on words from Ryland. That was actually a combination of a cat and a burrito. A purrito. You get it? Because cats purr when they... Yeah. Oh, all right. Cucumber, fun play on words there from Anna. Dinosaurange from Mahita. Hippo, I think that was a hippo and an apple from Sean. French Frigers, think it was French fries and tigers from Sarah, and a spaghetti-toothed tiger. Not quite as scary, but I guess it still has its claws, unless the claws are also made out of some sort of pasta. Arlo, you'll have to confirm that for me. That's your Scranimal. Lots of great options to choose from. Hard to choose just however many you chose there. But it looks like you guys had fun with the Scranimals activity last week, which is good because the activity this week is also Scranimal related. There we go. All right, so when you log in, sorry, getting alerts on my iPad. You probably should have turned that off, huh? All right, when you log into Seesaw this week, you're gonna see your activity Scranimals part 2, which if you were with us in 2nd grade, may look familiar to you. For part 2 of Scranimals, number 1, you're going to choose a Scranimal from last week's activity. Now, if you didn't do last week's activity yet, I'm not gonna be offended, but you do have to have a Scranimal in mind. So at least log into Seesaw, open up Scranimals part 1, and create at least one Scranimal that you can use for this activity. And you are going to write a Diamante poem about it. A Diamante is a type of poem that is 7 lines, and each line describes something different. The top 3 lines all describe one subject. The bottom 3 lines describe a different subject. And the middle line is where they all come together. So the first 3 lines is where you are going to write some words that describe the animal part of your Scranimal, because all Scranimals contain at least one animal, right? The bottom 3 lines is where you are going to describe the other animal or the food or the plant that makes up the other half of your Scranimal. The middle line is where they come together, is where you are going to describe your Scranimal. There are a full set of directions on Seesaw, both in text, the way I just showed you, and there's also a video. It's about 6 or 7 minutes long that gives you all the details about how to complete a Scranimal, along with an example that I did about my Scranimal, the sushi shark. So you see I have shark-related words in the first 3 lines, sushi-related words in the bottom 3 lines, and they come together in the center. That's your graphic organizer. That helps you get all your ideas organized. Page 2 of your Seesaw activity this week is just the final copy, where you transfer over your ideas without the little bubbles on the graphic organizer. And then finally, page 3 is optional, but this is the thing I'm going to share next week. I'm not going to share any Diamante poems, but I will share drawings of any Scranimals you create. There's my drawing of a sushi shark. No, I didn't draw that from memory. I did some Googling. I Googled sharks, looked at pictures of sharks. I Googled sushi, looked at pictures of sushi, and I used those to help me create this picture. I didn't use anybody else's work, but I did use some reference images to get the right shape of a shark's head and what sushi rolls would look like if they were stacked behind each other at an angle, things like that. Nothing wrong with using some pictures as a reference to what you plan to draw. All right, this is a good place to take a quick pause. I'll scroll through some of the comments, address some of those, and then we're going to move on to our doing number of the day. Brooke asking if those are violins behind me. Yes, there are 2 violins and 1 guitar. I moved into, this is the office / teaching studio. Mrs. Salerno is a cellist, so she teaches cello lessons, and this is her teaching studio, but it's also our office. So we're switching up our locations this week. And one of those violins belonged to my grandmother. One of them belonged to Mrs. Salerno's grandfather, and I have no idea which is which. The guitar is mine. Let's see. Some people saying hello. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Kirtan. Good morning, Sean. The giant swallowtail is the largest butterfly in North America. Its wingspan is 4 to 6 inches. Arlo read that in a book. Morning, Sarah. Do we have to leave the live to do the Kahoot? Nope, we're not leaving the live, not doing a Kahoot right now. We'll talk about it later. Connor's favorite superhero is Trash Man. Good to know. I like Batman. Some people saying that I'm frozen. Yep, it's going to happen. This is being recorded, and your family should get information about how to access recordings of the live sessions. If they haven't already, it should come home this week in email. No blackouts, no power outages here, Edwita. Good morning, Matt. It's gonna be May, Ava says. Ava saw my TikTok video from last night. Let's see. Amelia said, I listened to Mrs. Salerno on Instagram playing instruments. Tell her I said her music is beautiful. Amelia, I will do that. Thank you for watching. She's a pretty talented lady. I love library too, Chathura. Caden, if you're on a Mac to take a screenshot, you hold in Control, Command, and then I think it's 3. Control Command 3 or Control Command 4, I can't remember. One of those takes a screenshot on your Mac. I don't know how to do it on a Chromebook. All right. Lots of highs in there. I promise I'll scroll back a little bit later. Good morning. Good morning, David. All right, let's move on to our Dewey number of the day. Differently today. Oh, no. The way that we're going to do it differently is the screen is going to disappear. That's okay, because things happen. And you know what we do? We don't panic. We don't panic! Don't panic. It's not good to panic. Just tap some buttons. We remain not panicking. Look at that. Perfect. All right, moving on from our scranimals. We did that, we did that, we did that. Dewey number of the day. Dewey number is going to be a little different today. I'm going to give you 3 clues as to what the 3-digit number is. And you can send me your guesses after I read those 3 clues. Here we go. Dewey number of the day. It is a 3-digit number again. All of the digits are greater than 5. None of the digits are the same. And the digits add up to 22. Now that does give you several different options. There are several different number combinations that fit all 3 of those clues, but only one of them is correct. So start sending me your, stop panicking, stop SOSing, and send me your guesses. Brooke says on a Chromebook, hold down Shift, Control, and the 2 page buttons at the top of your keyboard to do a Chromebook screenshot. Shift, Control, and the 2 page buttons. Lucas, thank you for not panicking. All right, here come the numbers. 698, not it. 678, not it. Ooh, somebody got it already. Right off the bat. Sushant comes in with the guess of 796. And that is our Dewey decimal number of the day. Good solving. 3rd guess of the day. Man, that was quick. I have a lot less numbers in my comments this week. All right. So 796 is only part of our Dewey decimal number of the day. The full number is 796.323, and that's the Dewey decimal number for basketball. Sport a lot of us are missing right now. I bet you didn't know Melville Dewey was a Sixers fan, did you? True story. Not actually a true story. Might be a true story. Not a true story. All right, so some quick facts about basketball. Basketball was invented by Dr. James Naismith in 1891. Any parents who are watching, you probably know that because of Saved by the Bell, don't you? That's why I know it. The Boston Celtics have won more NBA championships than any other team in league history. They've won the NBA championship 17 times. A little bit of trivia for you here. In the 1960s, the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship every year except for 1 year, 1967. You know what team did win the NBA championship that year? Philadelphia 76ers. There's your basketball trivia for the day. Let's see. You might look at this next one and say it's not actually a fact. It's an opinion, but I don't know. It's as close to a fact as you're ever going to get. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I don't want to hear it, LeBron fans. I don't want to hear it. When LeBron gets to 6 NBA championships without playing with a power team, then we can talk. Oh, and GOAT stands for greatest of all time. And one of my favorite things about basketball is the NCAA basketball tournament. That's a college basketball tournament that happens every year in March. Starts about mid to late March and goes through the early middle of April. Call it March Madness. 64 teams, or I guess 68 now, are chosen and put into this tournament bracket. And those teams play each other to find out which team is going to be the NCAA basketball champion. So I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't have March Madness this year, partly because that was one of my favorite days in college. My friends and I called it TV on the porch day. We would take the TV from our apartment and put it on the porch and sit there all Saturday and Sunday watching the games. We missed it this year, though. All of us did. But March Madness is not the only kind of March Madness there is. It's not just basketball. There's also March Book Madness. I guess May Book Madness, because March is over. We're in May now. So here's what I'm excited to introduce you today. Here is what we're going to do to celebrate May Book Madness. I chose some chapter books and created an 8-team tournament, or an 8-book tournament. You may look at some of these combinations and say, these are some really tough choices. I know, that's why I picked them. Let's take a look at each of them. In the graphic novel region, we've got Dogman, Lord of the Fleas, going up against Guts. Tough choice to make there. In the, I don't know what to call this one, the chapter book with strong female protagonists region, let's call it that. We've got Aru Shah and the End of Time versus The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise. Both great books. In the fantasy bracket, we've got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire versus Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And finally, in the historical historical fiction bracket, we've got Refugee going up against The War That Saved My Life. I think that's the toughest choice for me personally. So we're going to find out which of these books wins May Book Madness, or I guess I should say you're going to choose which of these books wins May Book Madness. Here's how you're going to vote. In Seesaw, this posted about 20 minutes ago, you're going to see a second activity today. Totally optional. Don't have to do it. But if you want to vote in May Book Madness, here's how to do it. Go to Seesaw and find the activity titled May Book Madness Chapter Books Round 1. On that activity, there is a link. You don't have to draw any pictures. You don't have to check anything off. All you have to do is visit the link. And the link is going to take you to a Kahoot. Now, this is a different kind of Kahoot than what you've done before. Probably. Maybe you've done it. I don't know. This is called a Kahoot challenge. A Kahoot challenge is set up so that you can complete it at your own pace on your own time. There's no right or wrong answer for this. It's just a poll. And the link is going to be open from today until next Thursday at about 1 o'clock. So anytime between now and then, you can log on. It is not live. You can do it whenever you have free time. When you click that link, you're going to be taken to a page that looks like this, like the start of a normal Kahoot. We've got the friendly nickname generator. You get 3 spins to choose your nickname. If you don't like it, then you move on to the next one. You get 3 spins. If you don't like any of those, then you could log out and start again. We're not in library. I don't care how much time you waste doing that. Once you do finally choose your name, you'll start the quiz and you'll see this title, May Book Madness Chapter Books Round 1. And then if you notice at the top of the screen there, it says poll. Polls are, I don't know how to get that out of there. There we go. Polls do not have a correct answer. They don't have an incorrect answer. It's just you sharing your opinion. So book round 1 is Dogman, Lord of the Fleas versus Guts. You go to the next page, you see those 2 options. Tap red for Dogman, blue for Guts. And when you're done, I think you will see the complete results up to that point. So if like 50 other people have also voted up to that point, you'll see how the votes have fallen up to that point. Don't worry, this is my vote and does not count. Once you vote for all 4 rounds, you'll see this. You have completed the challenge, and it lets you know how long it's going to be open for. You need to vote, if you want to vote, by Thursday, May 7th at 1 o'clock. At that time, you will not be able to vote anymore. The link will not work, and I'm going to delete that activity so you don't have to worry about it sitting there in your activities in Seesaw. I'll collect those results. I'll advance the books that won to the next bracket, and we'll have 4 new matchups next week. We're starting with 8 books. We're going to narrow that down to 8 next week. The week after that, after some voting, we'll be down to 2. And then the week after that, we'll find out which book wins May Book Madness. Should be a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to scroll down, see if you have any questions about that. A lot of people are already voting in the comments. Remember, you have to use Kahoot to do it. Yes, Avery, I know 4th grade does March Book Madness every year. March Book Madness is actually a website. I think it's just marchbookmadness.com. And they kind of started that trend, and schools from all over the country participate in March Book Madness. Some of them use the books that are there. So I know the 4th grade teachers let you guys choose the books, or they choose more popular books that you guys know. If you didn't read any of them, that's okay. You could just vote for whatever one you think you would like. I don't know if you can skip a question. I don't know if that's possible or not. A lot of people just saying the names of the books that they like. Not that I don't want to read them, but I'm scrolling by them. Anna wants to know if I put on my right sneaker or my left sneaker first. I think I go left first, but I don't remember. My favorite book in that challenge, man, I might have to go Aru Shah. I've been really into that series. Book 3 just came out. All right, I don't see any more questions on May Book Madness. So we're at 11:55. I know our session goes to 12 o'clock. We're probably going to run a couple minutes over because we've got one more thing to do. If you need to skip out, I'll say goodbye to you now, just so I'm not ignoring you, because I know some of you do have other places to go, other things to do at 12 o'clock. But we will go a little bit over today. If you missed something, don't worry about it. This is being recorded, and it will be posted. If your parents haven't received directions for how to do that yet, it's pretty simple. When you go to your classroom teacher Teams page, you've got some tabs up at the top, and one of them should say Special Area 3-5 Videos. If you click that tab, you'll see all the recorded sessions from me, Mr. Ellis, Mrs. Seaton, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Lorene, Mrs. Amadei, Miss Amadei. Did I miss anybody? We got everybody, right? Yeah. All right. So we're going to end today with another Mad Libs Live. This is the time to take a screenshot, or in a few minutes it will be. We're going to do this a little differently because there's about 8 different categories here. And I'm going to give you a category, and then I'm going to ask you to give me examples to fit that category. And as soon as I choose one, I'm going to publish it, and we'll move on to the next category. Because with 8 different things here, I can't have you send them all to me at once. It's going to be way too much. So the first category is an occupation. An occupation. That just means a job, right? So start sending me some suggestions for jobs. Varshita asking, this is for all the grades, right? Not just 4th grade. Correct. This is for 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. You guys get the chapter book bracket, and 4th and 5th, K1, 2, they got picture books. Start sending me some jobs, occupations to fill in our new Mad Lib. Remember, 20-second delay here. John Cena is not a job. Country singer, dancer, zoologist, librarian. I'm one of those. Artist, orthopedic surgeon. Yep, that wins, Jonathan. Love it. All right. Place. Next, I need you to give me the name of a place. It can be a proper noun like Katie Markley, Disney World, which are the 2 happiest places on earth, right? Or it can be a generic place like outside, my house, downstairs, things like that. Start sending me names of places. Got some jobs still coming in. Shark diver. I would like that job. I think Mrs. Salerno's cousin does something with sharks and diving. All right, let's see. Scrolling, looking for places. All right, here we go. Walmart, the library, Hawaii, rapper, that's a job. doctor, cheese factory, Cloud9, Israel, Japan, Paris, doctor, stop reading jobs, Mr. Salerno, KDM, Orlando, the Desmond, Chuck E. Cheese, Chick-fil-A, China. These are some good choices, guys. This is going to be hard. The garbage dump. Library, Maryland, the Statue of Liberty, McDonald's, school, Arizona, an empty room, Seattle, Paris, Hershey Park, Malvern, the library, Madagascar, KFC, America, home, a pizza place, Thailand, Disney, Antarctica, Anthony's coal-fired pizza. All right, I'm taking that one. Anthony's coal-fired pizza. Thank you for that, Jake. All right, your next one is a zoo animal. Animal that you would see at the zoo. Look at some of these other place suggestions. Rohan's house. Guess who said that? The Dollar Store, Universal Studios, Seattle, Bahamas. Remember, now I'm looking for zoo animals. We've got our occupation, we've got our place. We need zoo animals. New York City, Ethiopia. Keeping you guys entertained with places while you wait for me to choose a zoo animal. Skydiver. Good job. All right, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. I can't keep up with you guys. This is nuts. It's good. Taco Bell. I shouldn't, but I do love Taco Bell. Taco Bell is one of those foods. It's not good food, but it's good. All right, warthog, elephant. Couple there for elephant. Tiger, llama, monkey, ostrich, pig, elephant, salamander. Liechtenstein. It's a good place, Taylor. Let's see. Tarantula, pig, otter, platypus, lion, cheetah, piggy. Yeah, I see you, Sydney. An ant, penguin, cricket, llama, crazed monkey. All right, I appreciate your adjective in there, Emily. We'll go with crazed monkey for zoo animal. Next, we need the name of a KDM teacher. And you know, we could even say KDM staff member. It doesn't even have to be a teacher. Small sheep, great white shark. That's my favorite animal. Poisonous frog. Start sending me KDM teachers. Mouse, dodo bird. I love the dodo bird. You guys been playing Animal Crossing? I've been playing a little Animal Crossing lately. Sushi shark. Goat. Monkey. Parrot. Unicorn. It's not a zoo animal. It used to be in a magical zoo. All right, looking, scrolling. Here we go. All right, teachers. Mrs. Morris, Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Keating, Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Keating, Mrs. Ahern, Mrs. Hennessy, Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Ahern, Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Over. Me, Enrique, you are not a KDM teacher or staff member. Prani says, Mrs. Over, Mrs. Ahern, Mrs. Wilson, Miss Amadei, Mrs. Ahern, Mrs. Kyler, me, Mrs. Keating, Mr. Simpkins, Mrs. Over, Mrs. Kiefer, Mr. Jones, shout out to Mr. Jones, Mr. Ellis, Mr. Salerno, Mr. Salerno, a peacock. I think that's left over from the zoo animals. Mr. Salerno, Mr. Simpkins, Mrs. Over, me, Mrs. Dowd, Mrs. Ahern, Mr. Salerno. All right. It sounds like me. Let's move on to something that you use every day. Something that you use every day. All right, you don't need to tap my name in all caps. You don't need to shout it at me. I chose it. I appreciate it, though. We're moving on now to something that you use every day. Got shout outs there for Mrs. Schreckengoss, for Mrs. Davis, Mr. Salerno. Got shout outs for Mrs. Hannah. The lunch ladies. Good call, Sophia. All right, looking again now for something that you use every day. A brush, air, a chair, food, the bathroom, accurate. Toilet paper, I hope accurate. The toilet, you guys, I know where your mind is today. Books, books, books. Electricity, water, toilet, Peppa Pig. No, you don't. Toothbrush, I hope that's true. I'll go with toothbrush. Where did toothbrush go? Who was that from? Juliana, we'll go with toothbrush. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. Toothbrush, publish. There we go, got it. All right, next, I need a food. The reason why you need to use a toothbrush every day. Food is part of the reason why. The main reason is halitosis. Give me a food. Hands and feet. Thumbs, opposable thumbs. 4th grade science. Your common sense. You know, Anna, common sense is not that common. So you might use it every day. Not everybody else. Overpowered Minecraft. I have no idea what that means. Robin's eggs. Okay. Stromboli. Peppa Pig is not a food. Apples, candy, pizza, tacos, thyme, T-H-Y-M-E. It's an herb. Sushi, anchovies, pasta, cotton candy. Cotton candy, let's use that one. We'll use cotton candy. Thank you, Julia. Next, I need something that runs on electricity, meaning something you need to charge, plug into the wall, or works only with batteries. Something that runs on electricity. Curly fries. Nope, that doesn't run on electricity. That's left over from the food category. Let's see. Nutella, also left over from the food category. Chicken nuggets. You know, Mrs. Salerno hates the way that I say chicken nuggets because I don't say chicken nuggets. I say chicken nuggets. I like it. Bacon and pizza are left over. Let's get to some things that run on electricity. All right, here we go. An iPad, a garage door. Good one. The TV, iPhone, iPad. A Tesla. So got some foods coming in. Stop the foods and bring me things that run on electricity. Robot cat. All right, I'm taking that. I'm taking robot cat. All right, finally, you can send these both to me at the same time. Give me 2 adjectives. Remember, adjectives are describing words. So think about size, shape. Adjectives describe nouns. And as soon as I get these, I know we're over time today. Or we're way over time today. I have to scale things down for next week. Start sending me some adjectives. Refrigerator is not an adjective. It does run on electricity though. All right, here we go. Big as an adjective. Round is an adjective. I'm going to use round. I'm going to start choosing the first couple that I see that I like. I like them all. I shouldn't say that. Damp. I like that one, Julian. That's good. I'll use damp. All right. We've got all of our words. Again, I need to switch screens here. Oops. Nope, not that one. This one. All right. I just need to do this so I can type in your answers. I'm going to ignore you guys for about 30 seconds while I do that. And then I'll come back to you with the final, with today's live math. All right. Our occupation was an orthopedic surgeon. Barely fits. If I could move that one. Whoops, undo that. All right, our place was Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza. Why did I choose things that I can't fit in the blanks? Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza. Next time we need to remember not to choose such long answers. All right, finally, not finally, next, zoo animal was a crazed monkey. Is it fun watching me do this? Are you guys still just typing random stuff? KDM teacher was me. Something you use every day was what? Toothbrush? Yep, toothbrush, I hope. Toothbrush, that one fits easily. Cotton candy was our food. Almost done, guys. Thank you for your patience. Cotton candy. Still holding strong at over 100 viewers. Either I'm making you late for what you've got to get to next, or you don't have to get to anything next. Robot cat was our electricity item that works on electricity, and our adjectives were round. And what's the other one? Damp. All right. Thank you for your patience. Are you ready to see our Mad Lib Live? You might recognize this one. You should recognize this one. This is our school pledge. It's going to sound a little different. I'll give you a second to take a screenshot of the blank screen if you want to see it. Of the blank Mad Lib, I should say, not the blank screen. All right, here we go. Our school pledge. Say it with me if you want to. I'll be an orthopedic surgeon to all at Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza, because being a crazed monkey is so uncool. If I see Mr. Salerno doing wrong, you would never. I promise not to go along. I'll stand up and use my toothbrush, whoops, to help my friends make a good cotton candy. When we work as a robot cat, KDM will be a round and damp place for you and me. Let's fix that. You can see what it looks like on the other side. Brush. All right, there is our completed Mad Lib Live using our school pledge. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you'd like to. I'll give you a second or two to do that. I'm going to try to scroll back through the comments. All right, I'm going to move on just because we are way over time today. If you missed any of this, again, the session will be recorded, is being recorded. All right, so just some quick reminders and review for next week. Scranimals Part 2 is live right now on Seesaw. Write a Diamante poem, record yourself reading it, and I would love to see some drawings of your Scranimals. That is what I will share on Library Live next week. May Book Madness should also be in your activities. Remember, it's a link to Kahoot that you'll find on Seesaw. It's an activity. Use the link, go to Kahoot, and vote for your favorite chapter books in round 1. I'll show you the winners next week, and we'll vote on round 2 next week. You have to complete that by, what did I say, Thursday at 1 o'clock if you want your vote to count. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for coming back. I'll let you know. I saw our numbers get up to about 150. I'll let you know officially what our numbers were, but thank you, everybody, for coming back. I miss seeing you. I love being able to do this with you. I don't know about you. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I hope you are too. Thank you for staying connected. Have a good weekend. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes to answer any questions or respond to any comments before officially closing things out. Go have some lunch, guys. See you next week.